My name is Margaret Mitchell, and I'm 82 years old. I live in Columbus, Ohio, and I need to tell you about the worst mistake of my life. The thing that haunts me every single day, the thing I would give anything to undo. I disowned my son because he was gay. I told him he was no longer my child. I turned my back on him when he needed me most. And he died without ever forgiving me. He died 7 years ago, and I wasn't there. I wasn't invited to his funeral. I didn't get to say goodbye. I don't even know where he's buried. And it's all my fault.
I'm telling you this story not because I deserve forgiveness. I don't. I'm telling you this because if there's even one parent out there who's struggling with their child's sexuality, maybe my story will stop them from making the same unforgivable mistake I made. Let me take you back to 1988. I was 54 years old. My son Michael was 22, fresh out of college, starting his life.
He came home for Thanksgiving. I remember it was a beautiful day. Crisp autumn air, the smell of turkey in the oven, family gathered around. It should have been perfect. After dinner, Michael asked to speak with me and his father privately. We went into the living room. I remember sitting on the couch, completely unprepared for what came next. "Mom, Dad," he said, and I could see his hand shaking. "I need to tell you something. I'm gay." The room went silent. I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. My husband started crying immediately, and I got angry. So angry. "No," I said. "No, you're not." "Mom, I am. I've known for years. I'm in love with someone. His name is David, and I didn't let him finish." I stood up, I pointed at the door, and I said words I can never take back. "Get out of my house. If this is who you choose to be, you are not my son anymore." Michael's face crumbled. "Mom, please." I said, "Get out." I was shouting now. "I didn't raise you to be this way. I won't have this perversion in my home. You're choosing this lifestyle, and I'm choosing not to have a son who makes this choice." "Margaret, please, let's talk about this." "There's nothing to talk about," I said. "He made his choice. Now I'm making mine." Michael looked at me with tears streaming down his face. "Mom, I'm not choosing this. This is who I am. I'm still your son. I'm still the same person I was yesterday." "No," I said coldly. "My son wouldn't be gay. My son is dead to me."
He left that night, packed a bag, and walked out the door. I watched him go and told myself I was doing the right thing, standing firm on my principles, protecting my family's values.
I was wrong about everything. The days after were awful. My husband blamed me. "He's our son," he kept saying. "How could you do that?" But I was stubborn, righteous. I believed I was in the right. I believed that accepting him would be the same as condoning sin. I'd been raised in a conservative church. The Bible was clear, I thought. Homosexuality was wrong, end of story. But my husband couldn't let it go. He wanted to call him, to reach out, to fix this, and I forbade it. "If you contact him," I told him, "you're choosing him over me and over God." So he didn't. And I watched the light go out of his eyes a little more each day. Months passed, then years. I heard through mutual friends that Michael had moved to San Francisco, that he was working in marketing, that he was happy. And I told myself I didn't care, that I'd done what I had to do. In 1991, my husband was diagnosed with cancer, lung cancer, aggressive. He fought for 2 years, but it was brutal. On his deathbed, he begged me to call Michael. "I want to see my son before I die." I should have called him. I should have given him that. But I was still so proud, so stubborn. "He knows where we are," I said. "If he wanted to reconcile, he could reach out." He died without seeing him. His last words to me were, "I hope someday you understand what you've done." After his funeral, I found letters in his dresser. Letters from Michael. He'd been writing to him in secret for years. He'd been writing back. They'd maintained a relationship behind my back, and I was furious. Even in my grief, I was angry that he'd betrayed me. But I read the letters, all of them, and I saw my son's life unfold on those pages. He wrote about David, the man he loved, about buying a house together, about their dog, about his job, about his life. And in every letter he asked about me. "How's Mom? Does she ever talk about me? Do you think she'll ever forgive me?" Forgive him, as if he'd done something wrong, as if being who he was required my forgiveness. I put the letters away and tried to move on. I threw myself into my work, my church, my routine, but I was lonely, so deeply lonely. My husband was gone, my son was gone. I pushed them both away. In 1995, the AIDS crisis was all over the news. I'd hear about it and think with a sick feeling, what if Michael? But I pushed the thought away. I told myself it was his problem, not mine. Then in 2003, I got a call. A man's voice, unfamiliar. "Is this Margaret Mitchell?" "Yes." "This is David Chen. I was Michael's partner." My heart stopped. "Mice?" Michael is very sick, Mrs. Mitchell. He has AIDS. He's in the hospital. He doesn't have much time. I thought you should know. I stood there holding the phone, my entire world collapsing. How long has he been sick? 5 years. He didn't want me to call you, but I think he should have the chance to see you before. David's voice broke.
I should have gotten on a plane immediately. I should have rushed to San Francisco. But I didn't. I was frozen by 15 years of stubborn pride, by shame, by fear. I'll think about it, I said. I didn't go. I told myself it was too late, that showing up now would be hypocritical, that he probably didn't want to see me anyway. But the truth was simpler and more pathetic. I was a coward.
2 weeks later, David called again. He's gone, Mrs. Mitchell. Michael died last night. I couldn't speak. He asked for you, David said, and there was anger in his voice now. Even at the end, even after everything you did, he asked if his mother was coming. I told him you were on your way. I lied to him so he could die with some hope, but you never came. Sorry isn't enough. You broke his heart. You weren't there for his college graduation, his birthdays, his wedding to me, his diagnosis, his illness, his death. You chose hatred over your own child. I hope you can live with that. He hung up, and I collapsed on my kitchen floor and cried for the first time since my husband's funeral. I tried to find out about the funeral, but David wouldn't tell me. You lost the right to mourn him, he said when I called back. He has family here, people who actually loved him. You're not welcome. So I didn't go. I sat alone in my house and grieved for the son I'd thrown away. The years since have been a special kind of hell. I'm 82 now. I've lived 19 years without my son, knowing that my last words to him were, "You're dead to me." Knowing that he died wanting his mother and I couldn't overcome my pride enough to show up. I left my church 5 years ago. I couldn't sit through one more sermon about God's love while knowing what I'd done in God's name. I started reading, really reading about sexuality and biology and theology, and I realized how wrong I'd been, how ignorant, how cruel.
Being gay isn't a choice. It's not a sin. It's not a perversion. It's just who some people are. Michael didn't choose to be gay any more than he chose to have blue eyes. And I rejected him for it. I threw away my son because I was too ignorant and too proud to educate myself.
I found a support group for parents of LGBT children. I'm the cautionary tale, the old woman who did everything wrong. The parents there look at me with pity and horror. How could you, they ask. And I have no answer except I was wrong. I was so terribly, unforgivably wrong. I tried to contact David a few years ago. I wanted to apologize, to see pictures of Michael's life, to understand who my son became. I expected him to refuse. I deserved that refusal. But after 2 weeks of silence, an envelope arrived in the mail. Inside were photos, 23 photographs of the life I'd missed. I have one photo of Michael. It's from his high school graduation. He's smiling, full of hope, ready to take on the world. I'm 82 years old. I'm alone. My son is dead. My husband is dead. I destroyed my family because of ignorance and pride dressed up as religious conviction. And I have to live with that every single day for whatever time I have left. So let me tell you what I wish someone had told me in 1988. If your child comes out to you, listen, love them, support them. I don't care what your religion says. I don't care what your community thinks. I don't care about your pride or your prejudices. Your child is still your child. When Michael told me he was gay, nothing about him had actually changed. He was the same boy I'd raised, the same kid who'd played Little League, who'd gotten straightest, who'd made me laugh. The only thing that changed was my knowledge of who he loved, and I let that destroy everything. You know what I should have said that day? Thank you for telling me. I love you. Tell me about David. That's it. That's all it would have taken. 3 sentences, and my son would still be in my life. I would have been there for his wedding. I would have supported him through his illness. I would have held his hand when he died, but I didn't. And now he's gone. If your child comes out to you and you're struggling with it, get help. Talk to other parents who've been through it. Educate yourself. Go to therapy, read books, but don't do what I did. Don't reject them. Don't choose your pride over your child. Don't let your last conversation be one you'll regret for the rest of your life. I go to pride events now. 82-year-old woman standing with a sign that says, "I'm sorry I failed my gay son." Parents come up to me crying. I almost did what you did, they tell me. But your story changed my mind, and I'm grateful that maybe my terrible mistake can save someone else's family. But it doesn't bring Michael back. Nothing will ever bring Michael back. I'm 82 years old. I'm dying slowly. Cancer, like my husband. And I'm terrified because I don't know what comes next. I want to believe I'll see Michael again, that I'll get to apologize. That somehow, somewhere, He'll give me the forgiveness I don't deserve. Don't be me. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't choose religion over relationship. Don't choose pride over love. Don't tell yourself you have time to reconcile later. You might not. Love your children, all of them exactly as they are, because I promise you, the pain of acceptance is nothing compared to the pain of regret. I would give everything I own, every day I have left, for one more conversation with my son, to tell him I was wrong, to tell him I'm sorry, to tell him I love him, to tell him I love him, to know who Michael really was. But I can't. He's gone, and it's my fault.
Don't make my mistake. Please. I'm begging you. Love your children while you still can. Because I didn't. And now I have to live with that until I die. And that's a punishment I wouldn't wish on anyone.